Today I'm working in our semi-outdoor space. It's a little shed wing that comes off of our garage, and I've been upgrading, we can call it that, it's all lowercase and you can put quotes around, upgrading some really basic ways of taking tools that are not meant to be outside and helping them be able to survive rain and snow. And we've been using this basic system for about 10 years now, 8 years. It works well enough. I know for a lot of people that watch this video, these are going to be ridiculous suggestions. You already know this or you would never use this. But for the right people, this is a perfect thing, I would hope. So let me explain. Where Sasha and I live, we have very limited space in some ways. It's a very small garage. We do so many different things in it. In order to have a woodworking space, I need it to be outside a little bit so we're not creating tons of dust in the same space where we do our shipping and we process food. And so a lot of our tools, my tools, have migrated into this shed wing, which is its own discussion of what you can get away with minimal building and still have it work. I don't know how this is still standing. This is 8 years old. By every account, it should be on the ground by now, but somehow knock on the last remaining bits of intact wood, it's still here. But clearly, drifting snow and heavy rains are going to come into this space. And so I have, for example, here this table saw, which I found used on Craigslist. It serves me incredibly well. It does not like to live in the rain. I have no room for it in our garage. I can't hide it and put it away all the time. So I'm actually going to move this outside of this shed wing space so I have more room in here. And this is what I'm talking about. Again, I imagine some of you looking at this and laughing and saying this is ridiculous, but it has kept these tools from rusting out and dying for all these years. So simple. In this case, I'm using an old sheet of greenhouse plastic that doesn't have any holes. If it has a few holes, you can put tape on it. And then I'm taking scrap lumber and I'm battening on both sides. So I just have a run of locust or hardwood or whatever, and then some pieces of plywood that were left over, and those pinch the plastic on this side, pinch it on the other side. I've learned that you want the wood to weigh about the same on both sides so it doesn't just slide off really easily. And now this can be out in the elements, so long as I have the cable up in there, for years without getting any rain or snow. When I need to work with it, I take this off, put it off to the side. My elegant tool is ready to go, and then I can put it away and have this tiny space be functional and be able to move around. In this very fancy example, we have a table that I built out of scrap wood on sawhorses that I made out of scrap wood way back in the day. A lot of times a chop saw lives here, but also when we do our shipping, this is where we assemble, where I take notes on what orders are coming through. We have lots of paperwork and materials. So at the end of the day, sometimes it's nice, whatever tools are on here, to protect them in case it's going to snow or rain. Same basic idea. It's that greenhouse plastic. But in this case, I just took one end and I battened it underneath. So this end is locked on, and I can take this side and bring it up and over whatever's here. And like magic, it covers the table for only $9.99.
Less than that.
Yeah, $0. This is reclaimed greenhouse plastic that people were throwing out and scrap lumber. The cost is in the screws. I put it below 25 cents to protect this equipment from being outside for years and years.